emphasize the documentation of tax evidence, including the documentation of contracts, tax returns, invoice, in China it's called 发票, and other internal management guidance. This is a good way to deal with the tax authority, to deal with the tax audit by the tax authority. This graph indicates the amount of tax collected from the tax audit by the tax authorities. The tax audits are usually carried out by industry, by region. Also, they tend to choose large enterprises as the tax audit target. As a new marketing economic in the world, China tax regime still have some gray areas, and for some issues, local practice varies. Then, how to deal with them? The following 5 points may help you before you consider how to handle the local practice varieties and the gray areas. Firstly, are you confident on the technical basis of the relevant issues? Secondly, have you known the tax positions of the superior authorities? Third, are you aware of the potential new regulations to be released which may concern your issues? The first, have you consulted the external tax experts? The fifth is the public relationship with the tax authority in good condition. I think those are all I would like to share with you in today's presentation. I understand there will be a Q&A session at the end of this afternoon. So thank you very much for attending this seminar. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Charles Gong, for sharing with us your knowledge and expertise on the China tax regimes. We will now commence with the second topic of the day with an overview of China accounting and auditing standards. This will be presented by Mr. Chen Yiwei, Technical Partner of RSM China Certified Public Accountants. He has 14 years of experience in technical supporting roles in professional accounting firms. His vast experience is in the areas of accounting and auditing, particularly in Chinese listed companies. We will now invite Mr. Chen Yiwei to make his presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chen Yiwei, the technical partner of RSM China, Shanghai Technical Center. And the topic for my presentation is an overview of accounting and auditing standards in the People's Republic of China. And this presentation will be divided into 2 parts. Part 1 covers an overview of China accounting and auditing standards, including structure of China accounting and auditing standards hierarchy, accounting and auditing regulators and professional bodies in China, convergence of China accounting and auditing standards with the international standards and future development trends. And the second part will cover the common accounting and auditing issues faced by foreign investment enterprise in China. Let's look at the first section. Overview of China accounting and auditing standards. First, let we look at the structure of China accounting standards hierarchy. The highest level is the law promulgated by the Standing Committee of National People's Congress, effective from the 1st of July 2000, the accounting law. And the second level is the regulation on financial reporting of enterprises. The third level is issued by MOF, Accounting Standards for Business Enterprises, Basic Standard. It is issued by the Ministry of Finance, generally we call it MOF, by Decree number 33 on the 15th of February 2006, effective on the January the 1st, 2007, applicable to all business enterprises in China. As announced by the MOF, the basic standard serves two purposes. The first purpose is it forms the technical base for the drafting and issuance of the specific standards and its interpretations. It forms a technical base on which the specific accounting standards are based. And the second role is when we encounter certain issues that have not been covered by the specific accounting standards, then we should refer to the basic standard for their guidance, and based on a logical discussion, we need to form our way of solution of such accounting issues. So we can see that the role of basic standard is very similar to the basic framework for financial reporting under IFRS. Then we will look at the specific standards. The China GAAP has two different sets. Generally, we say that new GAAP or the old GAAP. One entity at one time should only adopt one set of accounting standards. The new GAAP is issued by the MOF on the February 15th, 2006, and effective date is January 1st, 2007. It comprised of 38 specific accounting standards and 4 interpretations. And the 38 specific accounting standards can be categorized into 4 types. The first is standards that address common transactions, such as inventories, PPEs, and intangibles. And the second type is standards that address special transactions, such as investment properties, share-based payments. And the third type is standards for special industries, such as insurance, extraction of oil and natural gas. And the fourth type is standards that address presentation and disclosure issues, such as presentation of financial statements, cash flow statements, calculation and presentation of earnings per share, and segmental reporting, interim financial reporting, related party disclosure, disclosure of financial information, financial instruments, etc. And there are additional types. The standard numbered 38 covers the transition of the old GAAP to the new GAAP, similar to IFRS 1. The set of new PIC GAAP is largely in convergence with IFRS. And as of today, the new GAAP is mandatory for all listed companies, all centrally managed state-owned enterprises, all financial institutions, and all security investment funds and funds management companies, and other large and medium-sized enterprises in certain areas, such as Shenzhen. In most parts of China, there have established a timetable for the transition to new GAAP for those non-listed companies. For example, in Shanghai, the Finance Bureau of Shanghai Municipality has announced that all large and medium-sized enterprises in Shanghai should adopt the new GAAP this year, in the 2010. And if, for certain reasons, one entity cannot adopt the new GAAP this year, it should adopt the new GAAP in the following year. But however, there has no uniform schedule for transition to the new GAAP announced by the MOF centrally. The MOF has a plan to have all larger